Hello YouTubers, how's it going? I'm Simulator Gamer 2003 here, back with another Snowrunner video. In today's Snowrunner video, we're going to be doing the mod review on the console mod Bayside 2 and C.C.M. Holzgas. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're in Bayside 2 now. We load in with the Scout 800. This is a decent Scout vehicle once it's upgraded. It's pretty potato when it's stock. But we have 5 watchtowers. So we've got number 1 over here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Then we also have the repair shop in the garage over here. And I will be driving over there. And I'll see you guys over there. So I was on my way to the garage, and here I see along the road is a drowned vehicle, or a flipped over vehicle. So this will be one of the other tasks that we do. Rally driver, one guy from our garage thinks he's a former rally driver. Can you rescue the Kodiak? Yeah, 5. You get 7,500 credits and then no stars for this one, because when you load in here you're already level 30. So on the way to the garage, we have another fuel station and a fuel tanker. Let's show the task. Fuel tank delivery. Our lumber cannot operate without fuel. Can you help them? $10,000. And we are delivering it to the sawmill unloading. That's where it's got to go, and you'll be required a saddle hire for this one. So I'm at the entrance of the garage. There's a break in the guardrails to get in. It's a bit of a four-wheel drive track here. So I'm going to need a bit of four-wheel drive for this one because I'm starting to get a bit stuck. So you're going to need a alright vehicle to get in. Coming out on the other side, apparently it's a steep incline out, so you're going to need four-wheel drive to get out of there as well. So if your truck does not have four-wheel drive on this map, it is a no-go. This is a semi-difficult map. So we spawn in. When we get into here, we have a Bron Grand and a log carrier connected to it. What else do we have? We've got the Zig over here. That's just in the garage. You can go in there and sell them, or you can use them. We also have a fuel trailer over to our left. A repair station for all your trucks and vehicles. So I don't know if it only repairs your vehicles or if it repairs, like, refuels your car as well. Let's just check it out. So now I'm in the garage. I was unsuccessful with getting up the ramp. This was too small, the Scout 800. And because I have the premium edition of Snowrunner, this is up to phase 3. I've got the KRS 58 Bandit to spawn in with, the Khan 39 Marshall, the Chevy, and the Navistar. So let's just buy a vehicle to use. Where is that modded vehicle that I brought? And then we'll be using that throughout the map. So it's called the Shiz. So let's just purchase that for $16,100. Purchase and deploy. So let's just check out all the customization on this. So for engine, we have default block, we have upgraded block, and we have performance block. For the gearbox, we have default block, highway block, and the off-road blocks. So for this, I would be using the off-road box because this is a map that you need off-road capabilities for. Suspension, so we have stock, we have raised, and we have tuned custom. Tyres, we have 35-inch highway tyres. and then we have 35-inch all-terrain tyres, and then we go up to 39-inch. And then on off-road we have the 35-inch, the 39-inch, and then on mud tyres we have the 35 and the 39-inch. So let's just go for some 39-inch mud tyres. On the winches we have the default, the winch length plus, the winch length power plus, the offline plus, and the power plus. Let's go for an offline one because I'm going to be doing this track solo. And then for the frame add-ons we have the stake bed and the flat bed. I'm going to be going with the staked bed today. And then for visuals we have accessories. We just have firewood in the back, and then the fuel tank, which is 250 litres. So, and then we also have the Alpine rims. They're just some steel rims, and then we have the colours. We have no colours for this vehicle, so it's the only green, and then we have no interior and exterior customizations in decorations. So let's hit the track. Always enabled diff lock. It has high and low gears with the off-road gearbox. It has all-wheel drive. So now let's hit some tracks. Let's go to the first watchtower. I'll show you guys some of the experiences on the way. So here we turn off this track. We come onto the dirt. Let's turn off all-wheel drive. Let's see what it can do with two-wheel. So it's not actually that good in two-wheel drive, as you can tell, because we're on a slight incline and it's still struggling. As we come around this bend, you have a couple of stumps and then the track on the left hand side. So I'm now struggling in two-wheel drive in auto, so let's whack it in low-high and see if that pulls us through. So I'm going to have to enable all-wheel drive to get through here because this thing is not powerful enough. As we climb up the track, I've been noticing that it's just all muddy, and this track has a lot of mud in it and some deep rutted out sections. So you're going to want a high four-wheel drive with a low centre of gravity, which that is hard to find in a four-wheel drive, but try to put all your supplies in the back rather than having them on a roof. So here we have a little bit of a ditch. As we come up the ditch, you do flex a little bit coming out. So I'm driving up here, and I'm coming up to something up here. Let's just check it out. So it looks like a loading bay. Here's this cargo management. So we've got logs here. So I've got some logs from all the trees that were cut down there. And it looks like we've got an old cabin here, just sitting here. You're going to want to stick up in the track, otherwise if you go up the bank you will definitely roll it, as I almost just did. As we come into the map, as you can see, I have turned off right just before that bridge, halfway between the garage and the bridge. There is a watchtower over near the bridge. We'll get that in a minute. It is a steep incline. The reason I didn't go right along the road is because that bridge over there looks like it needs to be made. So we'll just keep following this track, turn left up here, follow the track along, hopefully to that watchtower. So along that left hand turn, when we turn left, just back there, it has become rocky. So we have a two-way intersection here. Let's see what way we're going to go. So we have to go right, because going left it looks like it will take us back down the bottom. This track, it looks like it just follows it right up to that watchtower up there. Let's just check it out. So as we can tell, it is very rocky. I'm going to go to low range here just to get through. I will see you guys in a second. So let's just launch this observatory. This is the Watchtower 1, so I'm just going to skip that scene. Okay, so we have a scavenge, a fair few tracks, a watchtower down here. Here's our Watchtower 2. Let's just have a quick squizzy. So we go down to Watchtower 2. No, Watchtower 2 is over there. That will be number 3 or 4 then. So that is number 4. Alright, let's go get number 4 then. So it looks like on the way we've got to go back down that same track. Take a left at the end. Follow it right around. Take another left directly to that watchtower. So coming down all these shaly rocks, I'm just in 2-wheel drive. Seems to be handling it pretty well. It seems to not like the mud this. This seems to go alright in the rocks. The only thing is the steering is a bit how you going. Other than that, it's a good vehicle to use if you're just beginning. When you start getting into the advanced vehicles, you're going to want to get the modded Azov or something like that, because that's more in the advanced category for more advanced tracks and more harder missions. Where I have not had a load on this thing yet, so I just got over that big rock with 2-wheel drive. So that seems to be going alright. I will see you guys when I'm at the next watchtower. So coming down the track, I've ran into a bit of a predicament where I've got to go through that water to be able to turn left up here. So let's see how this thing goes with water crossings. So we'll go some low high range, so some low plus. Okay, let's go back down to low range. This is a 4-wheel drive, diff lock on. Coming down because of that big gas tank on the front, we're having a bit of problems. So as you can tell, this thing is decent on the hard tracks, like the hard rocky tracks, but in mud this thing does not go very well. So I'm just trying to struggle this thing through right now. I might need to opt for the winch. So I'm just going to opt for the winch, pull myself out, and the winch pulls it out with ease. This thing does not have a snorkel either, so it cannot do some deep water. So as we come up here, we've got to turn left. So as we come into the shallow section, we'll just turn left up here. Let's go back up to low. So as we come through this water, I can see the tyres are spinning. I don't know if you can, but the tyres are spinning, struggling to pull the vehicle through. So as you can tell, it is getting dangerous water level and it's only up to the radiator. So a snorkel does help very much because the air filter will be down in the engine bay instead of up on top of the cabin. So as we come out of this steep section of water, the front seems to be pulling the back through pretty well. It is very deep in this soft mud, so I'd highly recommend some decent tyres before you come through here, and some 4-wheel drive and diff lockers. So as I'm turning to try and get more grip, it just lifts up on a log, so let's hope the back does not get stuck on that same log. And then as we come out, there's some deep rutted sections where it just drops. And then we're going to have to go left up this trail towards the next watch point. This thing isn't the best on fuel, so let's have a look at the highest fuel consumption. So we put it in auto, put the handbrake on in all-wheel drive. The highest fuel consumption it will use is 8 litres. So as you can see, if we go back into 2-wheel drive, floor it 1.9 litres, but as soon as we put it in 4-wheel drive, it just wants to cane it. Now we only have 8 litres of fuel. Let's see if we can get up. I don't know how this works, but the wooden logs have 150 litres of fuel in them too. So we've always got that spare fuel on us if you get that logs. So I've come over onto a bit of a bank and I've rolled it coming up the track. Luckily that tree stopped me, so let's see if I can winch myself back over. So I'm going to attach the winch onto this side of the vehicle. There is a lot of winch points around here, so it's a very good place for winching. There is a lot of strong trees around here, so I can see the dot moving. It's around the middle of the screen now. So let's attach it directly past the vehicle. Let's attach it to there and hope that the tree does not break. So as I winch myself over, as you can tell, it's pretty steep. And I just roll straight back over. So I'm going to attach another winch towards the front of the vehicle. As I find this winch, which I'm struggling to find. I hate the winching in this game. On console, on PC you can connect it with your mouse. On console you have to use your arrows on the D-pad. I still cannot locate the winch point. As you can see, there is a lot of winching points. Okay, so the winch was up there. Let's just drag the vehicle up a little bit, up and over, and then let's see if we can attach a winch to the side here and try and winch ourselves to the side. And I still cannot find the winch. I will see you guys once I flip this vehicle back over. So as I disconnected the winch, it winched me back over again. And then I rolled it immediately straight after. As soon as I went to start up the engine, it just rolled. So let's see if I can get out of here without stalling or having to winch. Alright, so I've just stalled it. So let's go to attach the winch onto the side of the vehicle. So as I winch through here, I'm unsuccessful with finding the winch point. So there's a lot of, so I've found the winch point. I'm just trying to flick towards the left to try and get it over towards where I need it. So what Ubisoft needs to really do is they really just need to adjust where the winching on this game is. So I'm almost over where I need it. So let's just go from that tree, roll us back over, start the engine, disable the winch, try and pull us out in low range. And as you can tell, it is too much of an angle. So it's got a pretty high center of gravity if it keeps rolling over. So as we can tell, we just need a winch again. This is a long and painful process, but we'll pull through it. Once we're out, we'll just go straight to that watchtower with 4 litres of fuel. So I'm coming up to the watchtower now. I'm just going down this track, and I've passed the watchtower. So I'm going to have to reverse a little bit and turn it into this little dirt section. So I'm going to have to turn up here, follow it through here to the watchtower. I'm currently on 2 litres of fuel and my vehicle is struggling. See if I can get up without... Okay, so I'm now out of fuel. How we refuel this is we go to refill, and then we go from source firewood into this vehicle, and then now we're fully filled. So let's just get it. So watchtower opened. Let's see where we've got. So now we have a trailer park and a port, and then we've got that whole port section along here where we can do a decent track, it looks like. And then we have another 2 watchtowers. So I'll see you guys at the next 2 watchtowers. So I'm just gonna enable one of my mods that I have just to pull into the map. So let's do the D&D Striker 2017. So we're just going to enable that. Let's load back into our game. Alright, so let's buy the D&D Striker for $25,100. Let's purchase and deploy. We go to customize. Engine, we have stock, upgraded and performance. We have gearbox stock, highway and off-road. Suspension, we have stock, lifted and tow. I'm going to be using lifted because it's a little bit higher and the suspension is softer than towing suspension. So for tyres, we have 38 inch bog tyres, 40 inch bog tyres, 38 inch MTs, which are mud terrains, 40 inch mud tyres. So we have, in mud tyres, we have 38 inch super swampers, 40 inch super swampers, 38 inch bog stiff, 38 inch bog soft, 40 inch bog stiff, and then 40 inch bogs soft. As we can tell, we look here, see the tyre wall, how it's down a little bit more on the side, where with the stiff it's not down as much. So with the soft we have more tyre impact on the actual ground, therefore we have more grip. If you're going to be towing, I'd highly recommend you use stiff tyres. So for winches we have Anonymous Scout, Anonymous Scout Extended and stock Scout winch. Let's go for the Anonymous Scout Extended. Diff lock, we have the diff lockers. Snorkel, we have the tool front facing. For frame add-ons, we have trunk supplies. Let's grab some trunk supplies for our adventures. Add-ons, we have a roll cage, trailer hitch, and side steps. So let's just get the roll cage and let's get rid of the side steps for more clearance. And then we have front bumpers. We have the front bumper default, the off-road heavy bumper 1, and then we also have the off-road heavy bumper 2, which has the bull bar. Let's just go for the heavy bumper 1. Rims, we have KSL, then we have Method Black and then Method Chrome. Let's go for the Method Black. For colours, we have the special paint, which is a camo. We have red, we have every other colour like usual. Sorry about the stuff up with my speech there. Let's get a black car. And let's see what interior customizations we have. So we have bobbleheads. We have all the cards like we usually have. We have the Joker, which is currently locked. We've got First Mate, Little Oswald, Sabretooth, Mr. Walrus, Dashhound, Hawaii, and Masher. Let's go for I Love Mud. It's a card on the actual dash. So for our little dash ornaments, we have all these accessories on the actual windscreen mirror. Okay, so I don't really like any of those, so I'm just going to stick with my card. So let's hit the tracks. I will see yous at watch point 5. On this interior we actually have a pretty detailed interior with proper buttons for your seat. All the dash instruments work, and then we've also got the instrument cluster. The side seats are pretty realistic as well. Let's have a look in the back. The back has its seat belts, which is actually pretty realistic for a game like this. The floor's a bit munted, but other than that, the center console, it looks alright. Cup holders, realistic. Everything else in this is pretty realistic. Overall, I find it a decent vehicle. I've used this a couple of times, and I have not had one single problem with this, not one single bug either. The headlights are a little bit dark, but they do work. The snorkel, it's really good. It doesn't have a very high center of gravity either, so it's not prone to rolling over. It doesn't have the highest of top speeds, but it can do the job. So we're passing the watch point 5, so let's reverse a little bit. Let's see how it goes getting up this little bit of a hill. So let's hit it in 2-wheel drive in low range first off. So it flexed a little bit coming down. 2-wheel drive, no, it's just going to spin, so let's enable 4-wheel drive, and that doesn't want to get up either. Let's go enable diff lockers and see how well we can get up. So I'm going to need a little bit of momentum. So let's go into reverse. Let's hit it with some momentum. Let's go straight up into high range. So as we come up, we're climbing up pretty well, and now we'll crash. So let's see what else we got. So we've got the wooden bridge repair. We've got salvage number 4. We've also got that rally driver. And we've got 2 more watchtowers to get. I'll see you guys at the next one. So if you turn right coming out of the garage, there is a bit of a steep incline. So I've found a new sideboard semi-trailer just on the side there. So let's just climb up here. So this is in 2-wheel drive. It's doing pretty well for only 2-wheel drive. Okay, so now we turn right. Let's just follow the road to the next track. So let's just turn left onto the track. It was a bit of a steep decline, but other than that, it's pretty semi-decent. So I'm going to need some 4-wheel drive through here as it's struggling. Some pretty deep mud, so we've got some rutted out sections. Let's try and get up the ruts. So my rear diff is now hung up on a rock as I try and crawl out. As I crawl out of the rutted section, I'm getting plenty of grip and I'm not sliding. So these tyres are actually pretty good, and it's not the slipperiest of muds. Alright, let's go back into the rut and let's test out the flex. So as we come into the rut and then come back up, I'm going to need to enable my lockers because I'm starting to get a little bit of wheel lift. But as you can see, it's got semi-decent flex. It's got plenty of suspension travel, which overall it must be a pretty good vehicle because it's got a lot of high reviews on it. So on our left hand side we've got a decent track that just goes straight up past these logging stations. I've got to take this trail up to the next watchtower. As I climb this trail it tends to get steeper. I'm just in auto. Seems to be crawling up pretty fine in all-wheel drive. Let's just take this right hand track to go across that bridge to get to the next watchtower. So as I come across this bridge, we just got to follow this trail up to that watchtower and then follow that trail right along. And then we've just got that bit. If you went under the bridge it just takes you down here. Let's just go see what's down there after. Come up the trail, your watchtower's on your right. Let's just turn in to get this watchtower. This is watchtower number 3. So as we activate it, let's see what we get. Okay, so now let's check out what we've unlocked with what we've unlocked. The scavenger number 2. Halfway down this port, we've unlocked a couple of trails that we can now see. Now let's head over to watchtower 2. Now we're at watchtower number 2. Let's just check out the map. So we've got all the what are they called? The watchtowers, sorry. We've got all 5 scavenge points. And then we've also got the repair shop, the trailer park, the gas station. No upgrades on this map. We've got the little port here. Looks like a little lighthouse. A little house, barn type thing along the water's edge. Rocks along the middle of the track. And then we've also got the port. And then we've got a water stream here. A bridge to put together. I have no clue what this is. It looks like a timber yard or something. But yeah, this is Bayside number 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.